Okay, I'm just driving into camp to see what kind of damage there is. On the south side, we only had one small tree across the driveway, so that wasn't hard. I actually rolled over it for a minute, and Tom will get it out of there. And I see Carol's truck's already gone. She's probably down in camp checking things out. And a couple branches down on the left. Just to the north of camp, about 3 properties, there's a fire truck monitoring a power line that's sparking in about 7 different places and trying to start a fire in the grass there. But luckily, oh my gosh, look at there! Our giant old pine has finally come down. Oh my gosh, we've always wondered. This tree is over 100 years old. The oldest tree on the property, we think, and one of the oldest white pines in the area. And we're always worried about it falling towards Abe, our climbing tree. But she went right off into the woods there. Gigantic old tree, if you could have seen it when it was up. Looks okay coming in here. Just checking. We've got some trees, small trees down. A small one across here. A small pine, that's not too bad. At least Abe, our climbing tree, is okay. The key is to look for down electric lines. We came around last night a couple times just to see if there's anything down. The electricity is still on this side of the camp. We have 2 different services. 2 different electric services. The north side of camp is actually on the electricity that comes from Saginaw, and we're the last pole on that whole service. And the south side's the last pole on the Detroit service. So we actually don't have electricity over on the south side where I live with Grace Cottage, but yeah, everything's looking okay. Last night even. It's amazing, the teepees are just the way they're designed, and the stake being staked down. Just came through that storm with no problem at all. And Hawkeye told us they would. Looks like there might be a tree down behind it there. We'll have to go see if it's touching it. We battened down the hatches last night and got ready for this. Head up into Northwood and just do a quick check there. Branches. We'll do a walk around in just a little bit and follow all those electric lines and make sure there's nothing hanging on them. Oh my gosh, we lost another pine. Oh shoot. Okay, right into cabin Southwood 5. Get out and see what kind of damage there is here. These H&O pines are about 90 feet high, so when they come down, they're pretty sure to hit something. Wow. Just broke right off. A lot of these pines have black carpenter ant nests in them, and they'll eat that thing hollow. Definitely got the porch. Wow, looks like it might not have even touched the door and all the glass. Look at that. Okay. The roof's looking okay. I'll have to get in there and look a little closer, but it looks like it's okay. Just the porch. I'll have to see the center of that. There's an old pole here that used to be another tree, actually. We cut it off at the top and let the top fall down. And I think that diverted it from going right through that door. It hit it and slid on this side of it. And it's saved it from going right into that door and through into the cabin. I'm just walking around on the other side so we can see. Yep, that's the ant damage. You can't tell on the outside. I'll just take you around the other side so we can just see, just make sure that hasn't punched through or done anything to that roof with all this rain coming down. pretty good. Get in there and see if there's any damage. Whoops, sorry folks. Just crawl right through here. See what we can see. That's amazing. Might be some scrapes on the building. I can't quite see down in there, but it looks good. But on the north side here, camp is still on, and I can always tell at home if camp is still on because, well, the waves are rolling out there. We'll go down and see in a minute, but yeah, they're rolling. Lots bigger than... Okay, here's Carol, and she was in the house when the big tree you just saw come down. Carol, tell us about it.
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Last night I heard this horrible twisting sound, and all of a sudden I thought, it's old Betsy going down. I just know it. I just know it. Sure enough, 5 minutes later I heard this huge thud. And I mean, the thud never even stopped. Everything went whoop right off of the ground. I know, I couldn't believe it either, but hey,
so Carol's
Betsy's gone.
Down here to use the bathroom because there's no water up there at her place because electricity's out. And get a little breakfast and some warmth, right, Carol?
Yep.
Warm up.
Oh, well, we'll make it. We're campers.
Yeah, and then we'll go back out and see what we can do for the trees in camp.
Okay.
Signing off. Okay, I'm back in the car and headed over to maintenance. Those waves are rolling. I can't wait to get down there and get you a picture of those. There's quite a few old ash trees in here. Not old, but dead ash trees. Because of the ash borer, we probably have 100 on the property that are going to need to come down in the next couple of years because they're dying. But none of those have come down. Dining hall looks good. There's lots of branches. There's a branch right there coming out of the cedar. Hate to see the old cedars damaged. Uh-oh. Not getting back to maintenance. Guess we'll have to walk. There's a beech tree right up there up ahead. You see it? Okay. Okay, I'm standing at the lodge at YWCA Camp Cavell here, of course. And there's a little more damage. It's the poor rabbit hutch. I'm glad the rabbits weren't in it. It got blown right out of behind that fence. It was actually on the other side of that fence. And it got blown right over. There we got some benches. The old lodge and dining hall. Ages old. And they're just hanging in there. It doesn't look like either one. Even with the wind coming off the lake, there's a bench over. Some branches in the turtle pond. Other than that, we're looking good. Okay, we're going to take you down to the lake and maybe clean off this lens. I was a little worried about this south fireplace. That's the one that we're raising money for to see if we can redo it. It's been here since 1927, and with that south exposure, the sun has given it a hard time. And I'm just going to stand here out of the wind for a minute and see if we can zoom in from here before we go down there again like last night. That wind's going to make it hard to hear. Yep, they're rolling in.